Good morning everyone. Here today we are here gathered to conduct a practical which is titration. So let me first explain you very little things about titration and then we will proceed forward. See why titration is done. We have got some solutions in the lab which is just like this. You can see it here, in which there is a level and it is written that it is m by 50. That means the strength of this solution is given. And you will get some solutions in the lab which have no mark or no strength is given on it. So if there is no level on it, we will term it as a non-standard solution. So to determine the strength and molarity of such a solution, we have to use titration. So it is an alternate method to determine the concentration of any solution. So see what we have to do. For this we have to take some apparatus, and let me introduce some apparatus to you which are related to this. First one being this stand. Right now you can see this is an iron stand. So if you are using it for titration purpose, it will become a titration stand. Okay, and on this titration stand we will have to use this apparatus which is known as a burette. Now in this burette we have to pour the solution which is non-standard solution, or the solution whose strength or molarity we have to determine. Okay, now coming to the next one is this flask. You can see this is a flask which is flat from the bottom, so we can call it as a flat bottom flask. We can call it as we are using it for the purpose of titration, so we will call it a titration flask also. We have got a test tube with us. We are going to use it. We have got this funnel. We will use this as well. And then comes the most important one. And this is the apparatus which is called a pipette. So from this pipette, we have to take the 10 ml. This is a pipette of 10 ml. You can see it is mentioned over here. It is a 10 ml pipette. So with the help of this pipette, we have to take out the standard solution. Okay. So now let me show some chemicals that are being required. First one being this. You can see the violet color of this solution. This is KMnO4 and this is a non-standard solution. As you can see, there is no level on it. Okay, and KMnO4, remember, it is not at all a good, its solubility is not very good in water, so it will never form a standard solution. So that means this is the solution whose strength we have to determine, and we will have to pour this solution into this apparatus which is known as a burette. Now secondly, we have this solution. Right now it is not leveled, but let me show that this solution I have taken from this container, from this bottle, which is m by 50 more salt. That means we know the strength of this right now, and this is the solution with the help of which we have to determine the molarity and strength of this unknown solution which is KMnO4. So you see this solution is quite light green in color, whereas this solution is violet, or you can say dark pink in color. Okay, so this solution is actually an oxidizing agent, whereas this solution is an reducing agent. So what the purpose of ours is, we have to go for a redox titration, in which we are going to use one oxidizing agent and then another one is a reducing agent. So you will see the reaction and will enjoy later on. Let me introduce one more chemical to you. This clear solution that you can see in a small beaker, it is actually sulfuric acid, which is also known as the king of chemicals. Okay, so this is a sulfuric acid. This will be used, and what will be the use of sulfuric acid, I will explain it to you as the experiment proceeds forward. So what we need to do first of all is, let us take this KMnO4 solution which is of unknown strength into this burette. Okay, so while pouring this solution into the burette, make sure that you have kept a funnel over here, and with the help of the funnel we will pour the KMnO4 solution into it. But before that, please check out that it is closed tightly so that KMnO4 will not be wasted. Okay. Now let me pour the KMnO4 solution into it. You can see slowly we will put it in this KMnO4 into it. You can see it. We are filling the burette. Okay. So you can see I have filled the burette. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to rinse the burette. Okay. Now what is the meaning of rinsing of burette is, if there is any molecule of water or any other chemical left in the burette, so we need to pour the KMnO4 solution into it. As we already know, it is a solution of unknown strength, so it is not going to affect the strength of this KMnO4. Okay. So we will rinse it with KMnO4. We'll take out the KMnO4 from it so that any water droplet, if it is there, will also come with KMnO4. See, I will take out all the KMnO4 from it and will then okay students, so we are rinsing the burette. So once again we have to turn off the knob of the burette and then we have to fill it again, and we have to repeat the process 2 to 3 times so that proper rinsing can be done. Okay. So I am filling it again. Now like this you have to remove it once more time, and 2-3 times you have to repeat the process. So this is called rinsing of the burette. Now in the burette you can take out the readings very easily. You have to keep the burette in front of your eye, 90 degree in front of your eye, and then you have to take out the readings of this. Okay, this is the part that we have to do with the burette. Now what we will have to do is we have to take up this solution, which is your ferrous ammonium sulfate or Mohr salt, which is the standard solution, and we have to pipette it out with the help of this pipette. And this pipette is of 10 ml. So we have to measure 10 ml from this pipette, and we have to take this ferrous ammonium sulfate into the titration flask. So while we will pipette it out, we have to take care of the pipette. Just have a look on the pipette. 10 ml is written here on the bulb of it, and again 27 degrees Celsius is written on it. So while performing the practical, you have to take the precautions. Never touch this bulb with your hand. Okay, otherwise the temperature of the bulb will be changing, and due to which the volume will also get affected. In this pipette you will see there is a very fine line which is for measuring the exact 10 ml. So what you have to do is you have to rinse this pipette also, as we have rinsed the burette here. So one thing you have to make it sure first that your pipette must be dry. There should not be any water droplet inside. Before starting the practical, make it sure. Otherwise this droplet is going to affect the molarity and the concentration of this solution. So make it sure it is clearly dry. Now while pipetting it out, it is the most tricky part of the titration. What you need to do is you need to keep your finger here. Okay, do not put your thumb here, keep your finger here, and then you have to suck the solution from this particular beaker into this pipette. So take care, the solution should not come to your mouth. If it happens with you, do not need, there is nothing to worry about. Just rinse your mouth with water in that case if it happens. Otherwise you have to suck the solution. Just see the process. You have to keep the finger here and you have to suck it. Properly like this. Now see, my solution is little bit above than that. So I will slowly and slowly let the air go from my finger. I have controlled it. You see, one drop I am leaving, and when it will reaches near, you have to be very careful and allow little bit of water to go away, air to go away, and you see I have got exact 10 ml of it here in the pipette. You have to check out whether the lower meniscus of the solution, the clear solution, should be on the line. Okay. Now while you will pipette it out, you have to pour the solution into the titration flask. See, like this you will pour this solution into the titration flask. And then what you need to do is, the very important part of it is that, now see, what is the next step and very important step is, we have to take out this king of chemicals, remember, the sulfuric acid. We have to take out one test tube, sulfuric acid into the test tube, and then we will need to pour it into the titration flask. Now what is the idea behind it? Why we are adding sulfuric acid into it? Because as you know, KMnO4 is an oxidizing agent and ferrous ammonium sulfate is a reducing agent. So to KMnO4 could bring out the oxidation of FeSO4. For that purpose we need to add sulfuric acid into it. So just remember, this is supporting KMnO4 in oxidizing ferrous ammonium sulfate. Now I am ready to proceed further, and for that just check out what I am doing. Okay, just keep this solution that you have taken, that means ferrous ammonium sulfate and sulfuric acid, in your right hand inside the titration flask. Mainly that I mean, keep it in that hand which is your main hand. Okay. For some student it might be your left hand which you are used to. So I am used to with my right hand, so I will take it in the right hand. Now see, you have to see the process like this. You have to handle it, and you will have to drop the KMnO4 from the burette. So while doing this, see what I am doing. I am just molding it towards this side. Okay. So first of all, what you have to take care is, do not touch it like this. Okay. So for that, what you need to do is just rotate it with the wrist. Do not move your arm like this. Okay. Just rotate it. Just take care while we will pour. We will go for the titration. You have to take care that you have to rotate. Okay, like this. You have to rotate the titration flask with the wrist only. Okay, not with the hand. Otherwise, if you will revolve it like with your hand, you might touch the walls of the flask can be touched by the burette. Okay, in that case your readings will not be correct. So you have to take care of that. So you just need to do this. Okay, and from the second hand you will have to open the knob and you will have to let the KMnO4, let it down to the titration flask so that the reaction can proceed. But before that, you should have to note down your initial reading. Okay, for that I will set it. I will set the initial reading. So wherever you like, you can start with any of the readings, whatever you want. Let us suppose I am starting it from 1 ml. So let me first take out the solution little bit from it so that the reading can reach up to 1 ml. Okay. You can start with 0 ml as well. There is no such issue. But I want to start with 1. So I am starting it from 1 ml. Okay. My reading is 1.1 ml right now. So from here I am proceeding. So while doing this, you see, I have. Okay, students, before noting down the reading, what you have to do is you have to remove the funnel as well. Okay. So that the drops which are in the funnel should not disturb the reading that you are going to note. Now note down the reading as I have got 1.1, and then I am rotating this funnel so that it will become comfortable for me. Now see, what you need to do is, no need to look at the reading now. So I have rotated it as per my comfort, no need to look at the reading now. What you have to do is you have to focus, keep your focus inside it. See what is happening inside the titration flask now. This is where you have to take care. Let the KMnO4 come down from the burette. Slowly drop twice into your titration flask and keep checking it drop by drop. Okay. And see, is there any change? After every drop you have to rotate it. Okay, like this you can go. This is what you need to do. Okay. So you see, the solution has changed its color from colorless to light pink. This is called the end point. At this point, you have to note down the final reading from the burette into your notebook. Then what you have to do is, you have to repeat the process 4 to 5 times, and you have to make a neat and clean observation table in your file in which you have noted all the readings. After that, you have to go for the calculations, and then you will come to the result, and you will come to know that what is the actual concentration that we have initially taken of KMnO4. So this is how we will find out the molarity and strength of the solution which was unknown for us initially, and we have done it with the help of the solution whose strength and molarity we already know. So this is the basic principle behind the titration, and that's all about this experiment, everyone.